What is going on, guys? It is Parker here. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in. Gonna be a super fun video, something a little bit different. So in today's video, we're gonna get all these installed. Finally gonna have some better highs and mids in the car, so that is going to be awesome. Let's get to it. Alright, let's take a quick look at what we are going to be installing exactly. Now this is SoundCube's QSX 6.52. So this is going to be the rear speakers, and of course these are coaxial speakers. So for now I'm not going to be dealing with extra tweeters in the back, but hopefully I can at some point. And then this is RMS of 75 watts and max 300 watts. And it's 45 hertz to 22,000 hertz. So pretty cool there. Next up, of course, the front woofers or mid woofers. So this is the QP MR 6.5. So as you can see, of course, these are each one is 4 ohms. It's 100 hertz, 16 kilohertz, and it's 1,000 watts RMS, 2,000 max. We have an 18-ounce motor and a 1.5-inch voice coil. And then, last but not least, we have the Supertweeters. Now, these are the QP TH25 2.5-inch tweeters. It says billet tweeter on there. And these are 4 ohm. These are 4K hertz to 22 kilohertz. And then 75 watts to 150 watts. So, very cool there. Just get a quick look at them. These are really cool. Have a nice kind of textured paint on the basket there, so pretty cool there. And these big old boys have a nice fat motor on there. And then these monster Supertweeters. Cannot wait. Love Supertweeters. Will be so cool to have these installed. Alright guys, so I already pulled off this door panel just so I could kind of see what is going on here. But we had our mid-bass JBL speaker. Decent sized little speaker for a stock speaker, but of course she is old. And then there's like a little higher range speaker right here, and then the tweeter up here. So both of those work, but of course going to be pulling them out. So we're going to be, of course, mounting my 6.5-inch mid-range woofer in here, and then my Supertweeter kind of over here. And we're going to be building that into the door panel. So that's going to be super cool. Something a little bit different. So here's the door panel with the grill off. Now we're going to be cutting this all along here and then building a wooden mounting bracket basically that's going to sit right in there, and that's what we're going to mount the speaker and Supertweeter to. Alright guys, let's see how this fits. I think that really came out pretty good. Of course, we'll need a little bit of sanding to get the edges all perfect, but that came out awesome. So I guess let's sand it a little bit and cut out the other holes. There we go, guys. That could not have come out better. Really liking it. Now, of course, these are direct mirrors of each other, so we can just flip this one over and trace it out as well. So, guys, this looks really awesome. Fits in there really good. Very happy with how that came out. We'll go over how we're going to attach this here in a little while. But I think first, let's pull this out and then go to the other side and pull that door panel off. Alright guys, we have them both in there. Have them sitting pretty much flush. They look awesome, guys. I am so excited with how this came out. Well, now we just gotta glue them in there. Alright guys, now for this we have JB Weld. This is the clear weld. It's good for most plastics and wood, which is perfect, just what we want. But it'll probably stick to about anything. Now of course, we'll open this up, open it, and it mixes, and then it dries in about 5 minutes. Now it doesn't fully cure in 5 minutes, but it does basically dry so we can keep working on it. So that is awesome. So this stuff is going to be great. But first thing we're going to do is just get some air and spray this off, and then we'll start applying. Alright, while we were waiting for that to dry, I went ahead and pulled one of the rear door panels off. We're going to install my coaxial speaker in there. So this is what plugs into the harness, and this is what plugged into the old speaker. So we're going to splice into this. I need a little bit extra wire so it'll be long enough. This top vertical one is going to be your negative. This bottom horizontal one is going to be your positive, and it happens to be red and black. So that makes that super easy. So we're just going to snip those. The one with the white line is positive, and the one with just full black is going to be negative. That's just how I'm choosing to do it. So for the first connection right here, we're going to use these little guys. These are waterproof. They have heat shrink, and they have a low heat solder in there. Makes the job super, super easy. So we just slide one over each end. Right up like that. Let me get my heat gun. So we have that done, guys. That makes a super good connection, and it does waterproof it, which is a nice bonus. Now we're just going to solder it onto this side. Alright guys, so we got that speaker in there, just tested it out, it works great. Now one thing you're always going to want to do before putting the door panel back on is make sure your window can go all the way up and down and that it does not hit the motor of the speaker, which I just checked and it didn't, so that is perfect. We can get this door panel back on, and then we'll have one down. One done. Alright guys, we have got this side done and ready to go. Now I probably will carpet this or paint this here soon, but for now, just going to be testing it out, but it looks really, really good. And then on the back here, we got it all ready to hook up. So this is all wired up, so it'll go just like the factory system ran. So that'll be easy. That'll just plug right into here. And then this stock tweeter will still work as well. Now I will be pulling this out and replacing it with something better here soon. But again, for now, that'll be just fine. Now, the woofer, the way it's wired, the woofer itself will not work until I get my amp installed. So the way I'm going to run it for now is all of these wires are going to power the back speakers and the tweeters. And I have some of these extra wires here. These are what run to the woofers in the doors. So I'm going to tap into some of those, and I'm going to hook those up to my little mini 4-channel amp when I get to that. Okay, so we have got my Alpine mini amp that we're going to be hooking the mid-range woofers up to. So to do that, all the wiring is right here, so that's super easy, but I do got to run RCAs from the back of my head unit down to here. So I just have some extras right here, so we're going to go ahead, pull the unit out, run my RCAs, then put all this back together, and then down here we can wire in this little amp. Alright guys, looks like a huge mess, but I'll clean it up here in a second. But we got the amp hooked up. Now this is not going to be permanent, so I have these quick connectors on here. These are called posi twist connectors. You just slide them over, then you put this one end on here, and then you just turn the top end, and it crimps them together. Super cool. But anyway, there was already a constant 12 volt down here for the factory amp. So I just tapped into that right there. I grounded it right there, and then I ran another wire from my head unit down to here, right there. So that, of course, turns the amp on. And then I figured out which extra wires, and it was these 4 are what powered the mid-range woofers from the factory system. So I tapped into those right here, and it is working, and sounds really good. Don't have that side done quite yet, but alright guys, so last door is ready. Everything all wired up and ready to go. So of course that, just gonna plug right into here. And then just gotta button everything up, and we will have this project done for the day. Alright guys, it has been a few days of having this in here. Realized I didn't really get any good clips of it playing, and also wanted to go over a few plans with it and kind of answer a few questions I think some of y'all will have. So we're going to get to that here right now. So guys, it has been awesome. Now, one question I think some of y'all are going to have is, why did I use MDF wood for the panel there? And really, the main reason I use it is I just had extras of it. Now, MDF does not like moisture, so should this get wet, it could deteriorate on me. That being said, not really worried about it. I don't plan on this being the permanent way I'm going to keep this. This summer, I would like to cut all this out and build a full door panel. So that is the plan, but of course, we'll see. But anyway, I do plan to probably pull these out and carpet it or something like that here soon, just so it looks a little better, but did not have time when I was working on that last Sunday. But yeah, well, let's get a few clips of it playing so y'all can hear it. Now I have the speakers and the doors set to pick up at about 100 hertz. That's my high pass filter. So we're not going to see them moving a ton. We'll see them moving some, of course, but again, don't really need those really lows to come out of these speakers since they are not really in an enclosure. So no point to do that, but they sound really good with the mid bass the way it is.
Follow the wind, but watch your back.
Well, there you go, guys. Guys, that puts a smile on my face every time. It just sounds so good. Of course, having the bass is awesome, but it's so nice to have some really kind of crisp, clear, and decently loud speakers just for when you're driving around and bumping. So, guys, excited how this came out. This is my first time doing any kind of, custom door panel, really almost anything. So, I really couldn't be happier. I know it's nothing crazy, and I'm sure a lot of y'all can do way, way cooler stuff, but again, this is really my first stab at it. So, I really hope you enjoyed it. Hope maybe some of y'all learned something from this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. I will leave links to all these speakers and tweeters in the description below. That is an affiliate link. So should you purchase it through there, it really does help out the channel. Every bit of money I make in here, I pretty much reinvest right back into making videos for y'all. So yeah, guys, I really, really appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. Cannot thank you all enough. Trying to get through some school and some really crazy work stuff. Working 80 hours a week or so right now. So not going to have a whole lot of time to make videos the next few weeks. But hopefully we'll get back into the full swing of things here soon. Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.